everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm very excited and happy to have you joining me this morning or afternoon, whenever you're watching this, for your weekly universal guidance. So this reading is good from the 23rd of October through the 29th. Can you believe that next week is November? This year, oh my God, it has just flown by so fast. Anyway, before we get started, some really super quick housekeeping. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and would consider doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. The YouTube formula is real. It is based off of number of subscribers, so that would very much help me. So again, thank you. Turn off the notifications. I get it. You don't want your phone blowing up. I do the same thing for the channels that I follow. Also, give the video a thumbs up, leave a positive comment, share it. All these things help getting it on people's suggested video lists, so this way they can possibly find the channel. So those things always do help as well. Now, last week was like crazy, so I didn't get the What's Happening at Your Natural Healer out. That will be out this Monday. Well, that is today, by noon is what I was meaning. So please make sure you watch that. But I do want to go over two things really quickly. If you haven't signed up for this Selenite activation and energy healing event, it's a 7-day event beginning tomorrow. You have to sign up by 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Please make sure you do that. You don't want to miss out. 7 days of beautiful healing, and selenite is just a wonderful crystal. So check that out. Also, don't forget, next Tuesday night, I will be doing a live reading called Beyond the Veil. Okay, and it is specifically for Halloween. I will not be analyzing cards. I will be drawing cards with a specific message to you from a loved one who has passed over. So if that's something you're interested in, that will be 9 p.m. live on YouTube. I will try to read. I figure it's either going to be a bust or it's going to be like super crazy. So I will try to get to everybody and try to get everybody their message. So also check out the What's Happening at Your Natural Healer for more information on that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk about the crystal I was drawn to for you guys. And this is actually red calcite, but this is a little tiny bit different because it does have inclusions of clear and white calcite in it. So this is tri-colored calcite. I do sell this on the Your Natural Healer store. And what makes this calcite so powerful is not just, the red calcite, but clear calcite is also helps to amplify energy. So this is a really great crystal. It brings about a lot of positivity. So I always tell people, like, if you have a party going on, like Thanksgiving is coming up, place this in your space, and this will help maybe at least leave some of that holiday tension, especially when people start talking about things like politics, religion, and sports, and things can get very heated. So this will help, draw that amplification down. All right. So we're going to set that off to the side, and you can read more about that at yournaturalhealer.com, because my descriptions go over all the metaphysical as well as physical healing properties, and then all the associations with the chakras and what have you. All right, so let me go ahead and explain what's going to happen for those of you who are new to the channel. Now, this will be time-stamped, so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but make sure at the end of your card reading that you go to the timestamp called Reiki Hug. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I always do a 2-minute distance Reiki session at the end of my Monday and Friday readings. So, it's only 2 minutes, yes, but at least you get some benefit. If you'd like a longer session, my rates are very reasonable. You can go to yournaturalhealer.com and check it out. So I'm going to lay out 3 cards, and you're going to choose one, either left, middle, or right, and you're going to use your intuition to choose the cards. This is a great exercise for strengthening and activating that third eye chakra. So you're not going to think too much into this. As I said, use your gut. Whatever card that you're drawn to, will be your card, okay? With that being said, please remember this is a general reading, so it may not resonate. If it doesn't, please don't send me nasty messages saying that, I'm a charlatan and tarot is fake and woo-woo. I can't connect to everybody's energy. So that's why this is general. So it may not resonate with you, okay? If you want a personal reading, you can go again, yournaturalhealer.com. It is on special for $38 for the whole month of October. And get a personal reading. And then this way I can connect to your energy and give you a much more detailed reading. Or you can just come back to the video later in the week and then maybe it will apply to you. Now, if it does resonate with you, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to place it on your heart as you take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this reading for myself, okay? All right, so let's get this party started. So I'm going to move the red calcite right there next to my beautiful pendulum. All right, so don't think too much into this. You're only going to pick one card, whichever one that you are drawn to, left, middle, or right. And we're going to start this reading. So if you chose the left card this week, your universal message is, I always want to call this the Three of Hearts, but it's the Three of Swords. And let me tell you a little bit about the energy behind the card. It is a third eye chakra card. It's swords. So swords draws on the element of air. It utilizes energy from the planet Saturn, and it also draws on Libra energy, and it is a no card. And unfortunately, this is not my favorite card in the tarot deck. This card is all about loss, trauma, sorrow, emotional pain. And what I'm feeling is it's not like something has happened like in your recent space or something's going to happen in your recent future good Lord, in your upcoming future, in your short-term future. I'm getting this as something from the past, okay? Not your recent past. So, recent past, I always kind of consider anywhere up to, and this is pushing it 3 months ago. So I think this is a little older than that. And it may be like a grandparent or a parent. It doesn't even need to be somebody that's deceased. It could be somebody, an ex boyfriend or girlfriend. It could be an old friend that you're no longer in contact with, but I definitely am feeling that you are really having some sorrow and emotional pain this week from something from the past. So, excuse me, this makes me think of the Five of Cups, which the Five of Cups is all about, not focusing on things that have already happened and things that you can't change. And I'm not saying that you're focused on this, not like the Five of Cups, but I'm feeling that this is a little bit watered down Five of Cups, okay? So I think that, let's say if it was an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe you're contemplating the woulda, coulda, shouldas. You never want to do that. Everything happens for a reason, okay? Or like I said, maybe it was a childhood friend who, you had such good times with and life was carefree. And you're thinking back to those days and that's causing a little sorrow, a little sadness in your life. And, and like I said, this is loss and trauma. Well, that's a type of trauma because when we lose people, whether it's from death or somebody moving away or what have you, it is a loss and it can be trauma. So, excuse me, it's okay to feel these things, okay? We're always going to have memories surface of things and we're going to say, man, I miss those days. And you might get a little nostalgic and even a little sad. But with this, it is connected and it could be a situation too. It doesn't necessarily mean a person. It could be like maybe a job and that you had, and for some reason you quit and you're just like, oh man, I really wish I hadn't. I don't think you're wallowing in the negative emotions, okay? I just think that you're taking a little stroll, and it really is going to bring up some emotional stuff. So I think that maybe you haven't quite gotten over whatever this is, okay? So if this does happen to you this week, I want you to take some time to yourself and really reflect. And you know me, I'm going to tell you, meditate. I want you to really reflect and meditate on the feelings you're having and why it's creating so much sadness. And don't just say, well, I miss the person, but why? There is a reason why. Maybe they brought you so much joy to your life that you're feeling that maybe you don't feel like you have that kind of joy in your life. And then you need to explore why. So this is going to be a little bit of shadow work this week for you. Okay. And that's okay. But again, meditate. I know I said this draws on third eye energy. I want you to really work with your heart chakra. I want you to work with, if you're into crystals, pink crystals, thulite, rose quartz, pink opal, things of that nature. Things that are really going to help you be kind and compassionate and self-love, all those things that you're going to require as you work through this and as you do the shadow work, okay? Excuse me. Another thing, if you're looking for a guided meditation, and just really quickly, my outdoor light is on downstairs so I can kind of see outside. A butterfly, a monarch butterfly, just landed on the foundation, the side of my house, and now it just flew away. That's a good sign to me. Whenever I see a butterfly, personal note, one of my cats, that she passed away maybe 10 years ago, and all my pets were special. But she was like super uncoordinated, and she used to like leap up in the air and her body would twist and contort because she would try to catch butterflies and she could never catch them, thank goodness. So after she passed, I would see butterflies so much. So anytime I see a butterfly, I think of, that I'm getting a message from her, but maybe that's the same for you here. Whoever this is you're thinking of, they're sending you a message going, hey, things are okay. So what I was going to say was, if you're looking for a great guided meditation to do, if you go to my playlist called Guided Meditation, there's one called Pink Energy Guided Meditation. It is for grief. It is for trauma. It is, and you don't need to be necessarily going through grief or trauma. It's any time that you're having any kind of, issues with the heart chakra and emotions and things like that. It is a great guided meditation. I won't get too much into it, but it did come to me during one of my own personal meditations, where there's two types of meditation. And there's one where there's one where you go in with an intention of working on something. And then there's one where you just go and quiet your mind, and I call that inactive, and you don't really do anything and things will come to you. This guided meditation came to me when I was doing an inactive, and when I was finished with it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share that and write it down. So I do attribute that from my guardian angel, who I call Amber. So anyway, it's a great guided meditation. I think you would definitely benefit through this as you're working through this week. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make your reading go on super, super long, but I just wanted you to just realize it's okay to think things. We're human. It's okay when you reflect on the past to get a little sad or feel some sorrow or emotional pain. But the key is not to get stuck there. And I don't think that that's happening. Like I said, this is very watered down 5 of Cups, what I'm getting. So just go easy on yourself. It's going to be okay. And like I said, as long as you meditate and maybe try to focus on the why, the lesson that's learned, it'll help you work through this, because I definitely feel this is some trauma that's been unresolved. Okay? All right, I'll see you at the Reiki Hug. All right, your universal guidance this week, if you chose the middle card, is Page of Swords. Well, that's crazy because I just had swords for the left people, but the Page of Swords. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Page of Swords card. Sorry, I had to pause for a minute, and my cough is almost gone, so I didn't want to be coughing in your ear. Anyway, this deals with energy from the root chakra. Swords is also an air element energy. It is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra energy. So it draws on the energy of 3 zodiac signs, and it is a yes card. Now, this is a really great card for you. Normally, I don't like reading court cards in a general reading because they have so many different elements, but I'm definitely getting this is about you. I think that this week you're going to be in a space where you're coming up with lots of new ideas. You're going to have lots of things that inspire you, and you may look at, I don't know, what do I have on my desk here that's not, okay, this is for my battery operated candles. You might look at this remote and something sparks, to you, and you come up with this brilliant idea. But this is definitely a week of new ideas, whether it's related to family, your household, friends, it could be work, it could be charity events, spirituality, your health, new ideas, creative ideas, lots of inspiration this week. So as you have these ideas, this isn't saying, okay, you have these ideas and this is not a red light, okay? This is just saying that this is the infancy stage, okay? It's the birth of the ideas, okay? In tarot, the next card would be the Knight of Swords, in which you would take action. So again, you're going to have lots of ideas, but you're going to need to really filter through them. Just because you have some wonderful, crazy idea doesn't necessarily mean the universe is telling you, hey, go for it, okay? Make sure you do your due diligence, before you implement any of these ideas. But at the same time, I don't want you having ideas this week and not talking about them. Okay. So for example, if you're at work and there's an issue and people are throwing around ideas and you have an idea, throw it out there. Even if it is totally outside of the box, it may be right. It may not be right. But this is just saying that you're really, not just having lots of good ideas, but a lot of ideas outside of the box, lots of inspiration. If you've been wanting to do something and maybe you're not quite sure how to do it, or you've been lacking the motivation to do it, this is the week where you're going to start to become more inspired. Okay. So for example, maybe you've been wanting to work out and you're just like, yeah. And then maybe you go watch the movie Rocky. That movie is so inspirational. And then you hear well, then the next thing you know, you're getting on Planet Fitness and you're signing up for your $10 a month membership. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to have some inspiration this week. Be careful. Don't say, you get an inspiration to go out and buy a $100,000 car when you only make $40,000 a year. Don't necessarily jump on all ideas, all inspirations that come to you, but just know that this is a week where you will be coming up with lots of things. So, make sure you have a notebook handy, or even use the note on your phone as you come up with an idea to write it down, because it might not be something you're going to implement now. Maybe it could be 6 months from now and you have some issue and you're like, oh yeah, I thought of something, but I don't exactly remember what it was. If you have something down that you've written down that you can go back and reflect on, then you can go, oh, okay. All right. And if you have an idea that's really, really like, you're just like, I got to do this. I got to do this. Make sure you meditate on it. You know me, I'm always going to advise you guys to meditate. Do some meditation, some reflection before you jump into anything. But have fun. It's like I said, it's going to be lots of great great ideas. And some are going to be so crazy and cockamamie, you're going to be like, what? But you know what? Put it out there because you don't know. All right. So I will see you at the Reiki Hug. All right. For those of you that chose the right card this week, your universal guidance is... Okay, this is the first time this has happened. Left and middle also got swords, and you got swords. So, swords is all about ideas, okay? So, very, very interesting. So the King of Swords, let me tell you a little bit about the energy that's associated with this card. It is a third eye chakra card. Air, because swords is an air card. And it's on the cusp of the zodiac signs, Taurus and Gemini. So it's picking up a little bit of energy from both of those signs. And it is a yes card. So again, and I said this with the middle card, court cards. I really dislike court cards in a general reading because they have so many different meanings. However, yeah, I'm getting this is about you. I think this is a week where you're really going to have some really good mental clarity, okay? Whether it's been some ideas or some situations or problems that you've been dealing with, or if it's problems that are just going to start surfacing this week, whether it's your problems or somebody else's problems, I definitely see, that people are going to be looking at you for clarity. And kind of like the king sitting here. I mean, if you look at him, he looks very regal. He's got his little sword there. And, this is really saying that, he's very moral. He's got a great moral compass. He's honest, truthful. He's all about justice. And that's where, you're going to be coming from this week. People are going to be coming to you maybe for some conflict resolution. It could be two kids or your spouse and your kid or your best friends or at work or something. But you are going to be the person this week for this. Okay. And as long as you follow, this is about logic. Okay, I always talk about we have kind of three things. We have our logic, our emotions, and then our intuition. And this card is all about logic. So as people come to you this week or as you're dealing with things, make sure that logic is, maybe the volume's turned up, maybe 2 more clicks, a little bit higher than emotion and gut instinct. Your logic is going to be on point this week. And those logical decisions, the logical advice you give, again, it's going to all be about being moral, about truth, about honesty and justice. And with your decisions, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And when you make these decisions, people are going to say, okay, yep, they're right. And, you're not going to get argument or people are going to listen and go, okay, yes, that was the third party or the unbiased opinion that we needed. And that's what this is, unbiased. You have no skin in the game. You're making the right, just decision. Okay? So, not the most glamorous card, but depending on what's going on in your life, it's a good thing. Sometimes we need our logical side to kick in a little more than our emotional or even our gut instinct. So just go with it. And I would suggest... give me a second. I was going to tell you a crystal that you could use this week. Originally, I was going to go with a heart chakra because heart chakra deals with the element of air. I'm going to say to go with quartz. Quartz covers all the chakras. So it's going to also help with third eye. It's also going to help with that heart chakra. It's going to help with the solar plexus. It's going to help with the sacral, which is the raw emotion. And I think if you incorporate some clear quartz into your life this week, it's going to keep everything else nice and balanced. So the logic doesn't totally, like, as I said, if you had everything's equal on volume, everything's set at a 1 and you're turning the logic up to a 3 this week, you don't want everything else to get off kilter. So I think if you incorporate some quartz into your life, you'll be a-okay. Meditative work, I would work on all your chakras. If you just want a nice, quick and easy one, I think it's a 14-minute. It's called the 7 Main Chakra Quickie Guided Meditation. That'll keep your energy nice and in check this week. But that's it for you. So good luck with that. All right, everybody. I just told the right card, and I wanted to tell you guys, everybody got swords, and that has never happened. I have been doing my channel. Well, my YouTube channel is older than a year, but I didn't really start doing the readings, I think maybe March of this year, but this has never happened. So what bowl I'm going to choose is swords is all about air, the element of air. Each, pentacles is earth, wands is fire, cups is water, and this one is air. So with that being the case, air is associated with the heart chakra. So we are going to work, I'm going to play the heart chakra bowl during your Reiki session. So I want you to go ahead and get the cell phones on silent. I'm going to go grab a mallet in the heart chakra bowl. And then once you put your phones on silent, get comfortable, start focusing on your natural breathing. Just pay attention to the rise and fall of your chest and give me 15 seconds and I'll be right back. I'm still in the room. I just got to go on the other side of the room where my bowls are. And we need the F bowl. Okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit the camera there. So go ahead and start giving your body a quick scan. Starting at the top of your head, I want you to release all tension and stress. So unfurl the brow. Don't be clenching your teeth. Take it to the shoulders, midsection, hips, thighs. Don't forget the hands, your toes, everything nice and relaxed. I will be playing the heart chakra bowl, but I will be sending Reiki for physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing. All right, everybody, wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes when you're ready. So again, if you haven't joined that selenite activation and 7-day energy healing event, it's only a $20 investment, and you're going to work with your selenite for 7 days. You don't want to miss out. For more information, make sure you watch this week what's happening at Your Natural Healer, or you can go to yournaturalhealer.com and go to special events. All right. You have to sign up by Tuesday, the 24th by 4 p.m. All right. So with that being said, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.